This is you. And this is the guy she told you not to worry about. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going over installation drivers today, specifically the new one from DeWalt that fixes the biggest problem with every installation driver, and that is the battery. Now, to give you a little bit of if you're new here, welcome. But you might be thinking, hey, didn't you already do an installation driver video? Yes, I did, and it was comparing this one to the Milwaukee. So to give you a little background, I'm a cabinet maker. I install cabinet doors and cabinets all the time, and these tools are life-changing. I lost all the feeling. I have 99.9% of my fingers, but I don't have any feeling with this one anymore after playing rock, paper, scissors with the table saw. And so as soon as I bought the Milwaukee one, I used that for years, but there was a lot of things I hated about it. And then DeWalt finally came out with theirs, and the minute I got my meat beaters on it, I had to buy it. And yeah, so I've been using this thing for a year-ish now, and I love it. And then, you know, DeWalt came out with another one, a bigger one. I kind of had to have it. Let's talk about why. Okay, so what makes an installation driver special is all of these different heads. And essentially, this just kind of becomes like a utility jack-of-all-trades type of tool. You have a drill truck, you have an offset head, which is one of the most useful ones. It actually allows you to get the bit very close to the side of a cabinet or anything like that. And then you have the 90-degree tool, which is exceptionally good as well, especially with drawer fronts, things like that. So essentially, basically, it's just like a utility tool. It can do everything. And there's nothing really wrong with the 12 volt. Like for cabinet work, I think it's great. It goes in my kit and goes on site with me at all times. Why I think that the 20 volt is better is not necessarily because it's more powerful. It is. It's not that they made the drill chuck metal way more durable, everything like that. They did. But the biggest thing is, like, not everybody uses 12 volt. And I know a lot of carpenters who are on the 20 volt who weren't going to buy this because they didn't want to deal with another battery. So giving it a 20 volt battery makes it slightly bigger, gives it a ton more power, but also it makes it more accessible to everybody on the job site, which is why I think they came out with it. Now, as I mentioned, it is slightly larger. So this kind of lives in my shop, and then when I'm doing carpentry work, this is still my go-to for cabinet installs and things like that. But I do have to say, DeWalt had one slight issue with this, and that was that the heads were a little bit clunky to get on and off. You had to kind of almost like line it up just right. That was my only knock. This thing is buttery smooth. I mean, super smooth to swap out the heads. They also gave you this nice little holster thing that you can clip on your belt or whatever. But yeah, so it's a very quick change, very quick to adjust. And it's, like I said, it's got power. Like I've been using it to drill pocket holes, which if you have a dull bit and you're doing a bunch of pocket holes, more power definitely helps. Now, with all that being said, would I buy it? But I mean, obviously I bought it. They didn't give it to me. I mean, look at how many subscribers I have. I'm not getting free stuff. They're not paying for this. But it is expensive. I want to say it's in the $230 range, but if you do decide to buy it, there'll be like a link somewhere, and if you click it, I get a little bit of commission, so that'd be cool if you want to help me out. Otherwise, just, you know, like, subscribe. But that is very expensive for a drill. But I honestly think it's the last drill you're ever going to buy. I mean, reasonably, come on, we're all going to have more tools. But no, if you're starting off and you're on this platform, you literally have a driver. It doesn't impact a drill, and then all the other utility with it. So is it worth the money? I think so. Now, I don't do a lot of tool reviews on this channel because I only really know what I use. There's like really great tool reviewers out there, like Clint over at Tool Review Zone. I mean, that guy's had more tools in his hands than almost your mom, not quite. But they know price, product comparison, like they're in the know with that kind of thing. I really only review the stuff that I use, and I do use the crap out of these. Like, if I had multiple guys working for me, I would be buying multiple of these. But what is the difference really between these two? I mean, way more power, but it's heavier and it's bigger. So do you need the 12 volt? I mean, I think you can get by with either one of them. If you're not on the 12 volt platform with DeWalt, which is a nice little platform, I think you could go with this just fine and you'll still be able to get in all the places. I think if I was to do it over again and I had to choose, I would have just bought this first instead of the 12 volt. But the 12 volt is a handy little thing, I have to be honest with you. Decent amount of power to it as well. Now, that's the cabinet comparison. Let's talk about who else might be interested in this tool, and that is guys on the job site. Installers, carpenters, framers. I mean, if you've ever hung deck joist or anything like that, like, you know, sometimes you have to get a screw in an awkward spot, and this is the awkward spot operator right here. If you are building houses or building decks or installing HVAC, all sorts of those type of things, I think that this tool has enough power to do it for you, enough versatility. Like, I feel like this is kind of a must-have on a job site now. Obviously, it's not a must-have. We've went forever. But like, for me, it would be just for those awkward things, because at the end of the day, time is money. And this is something that I think will save you time. Will also help you do a better job, you know. So the only thing that I would be careful about is that when you are using this offset, this right here, the collet is gnarled. So if you get too close, that gnarling will be grinding into whatever surface you're next to. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Typically, when I'm doing something like that, I'll wrap these things in painter's tape just to be careful, you know. That's sort of a gripe that I have in general with tools, is that you got to watch on like painted surfaces, things like that, finished surfaces, because they are not non-marring most of the time. They all have this little bits of rubber here and there to help, but yeah, you just got to be careful where you put your tools. I mean, that's good life advice. Be real careful where you put your tool. Anyways, so yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty blown away by this thing. I would actually recommend it if you got the money, honey. I understand if you don't, but yeah, this is a pretty solid tool. I'm real excited to have had this, to get the beat on it for a little bit and keep working from it. I haven't dropped it from scaffolding yet, but I will. And when I do, I'll report back how that goes. So thank you for watching, and until next time, go build shit.